What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And today is another Q&A. I got some questions from the YouTube comments, from Instagram, from Facebook, from email. Combine them all into one, and let's see what the questions are. Question number 1 by Kudratula Savdari. Wow. I use creatine. Is that damaging my body if I use it for a long time because I am a beginner? Creatine is basically a natural substance that you can ingest. Actually, you normally ingest it if you ate, for example, steak, beef. There's a little bit of creatine in there. So if you eat that, you're already getting it in naturally, and your body is actually always using creatine during movement, especially fast movements like sprinting, weightlifting. So why is creatine beneficial then? Because when you take in more of the creatine will aid you for a longer period of time during this short burst of movements, and in that short burst you can do more weight, you're stronger, you can last longer. And that is in correlation with the fact that creatine sucks up the water and puts it into your muscle mass, allowing it to expand more than usual. And the bigger the muscles can expand, the more they can pool. So that's basically how creatine works in a very easy fashion. But to answer your question, it does not damage your body. I personally use 5 grams every single day. If you use it for years, nothing can happen. How did your friends and different people around you react when you started your videos, Instagram, Facebook, and what is your current height and weight? Height and weight. Well, when I started my Facebook, my Facebook page, I just posted my competition pictures there. Let's say a lot of guys of my age are also starting a Facebook page, so I thought, hey, why not? Why not take part in the social media, see what I can get out of it? And Facebook actually, even though I started with it, is the least popular of my pages because I don't really interact a lot with Facebook because I fell in love with the YouTube community. I mean, through videos it's so much easier to convey your message than through one picture with a text. Doing the videos has really changed my life in a way because right now my days are not only focused on school and bodybuilding, but also on making videos, making interesting content, and getting information out to people, which you would normally not be able to do. Every day I get dozens, literally dozens of emails, of which I cannot always answer all of them, but I do like to help people, and I do like to make these nutrition plans, these workout plans that people request through my email. So yeah, but how did the people around me react? Well, when I started Facebook, no one really reacted, it was normal, but YouTube was actually my mom's idea because she realized that I was kind of good in bodybuilding competitions, so why not extrapolate that to a video format on YouTube and show how you got to be that way? And because my English is better than average, at least here in the Netherlands, not perfect, but still, I was able to convey my message internationally, which is really what brought my channel up to where it is today. 80,000 subscribers, for which I thank you guys a lot. But, you know, people around me, basically the ones who reacted the most are the guys who I go to school with. They were very surprised that I was doing these videos because normally I'm not as much as an extrovert in real life. I mean, I'm more a guy who just wants to achieve his goals, not really outgoing, not really outspoken that much, but on these videos, I do like to be a lot more of that. By Tobias, what exercises and rep ranges do you recommend for building calves when you're not genetically gifted in that area? Well, when you're genetically gifted, a lot of people say it doesn't matter how many reps, how many sets, or what you do, they will grow no matter what. But there's simply an efficiency that is attached to your genetic potential. So for example, if you have very good calves genetically, so you have the potential to build great calves, If you neglect the training, you will not achieve that actual potential. You always want to achieve your potential, and for everybody it's a lot higher than you think. And for calves it's simple. A simple rule is that you have to do full range of motion. A lot of people forget this. Even though you think you're doing it, you're probably not. This is the platform, this is your foot. Go all the way down and all the way up. And stay here for a second, stay here for a second, and go slowly up and down. You want to expand the time under tension. It's a short movement, and we all know that time under tension builds muscle. So if you slow down the movement, the time that your muscle is under tension is increased. And for calves, this is important because they are already used to a lot of buildup of tension throughout the day by walking. Alright, next question by Ben Naakt Geboren. Q&A. Apple cider vinegar to lose weight. How effective does it work and how much do you need a day? It is funny that you ask, because recently I have been taking it as well. Because I realized that it lowers your insulin response, as in how high your blood sugar will be. Your insulin resistance will be less. That's what I mean. So your blood sugar will be stabilized more throughout the day when using apple cider vinegar. And what I recommend is 2 tablespoons before a carbohydrate-rich meal to basically flatten out the insulin response so that it won't spike and won't go down as much as usual. It will kind of blunt this effect, and that's why it is very useful. And it also makes your body less acidic. When you're eating a lot of protein, your body builds up this acidity because there's amino acids in there. And the apple cider vinegar will actually alkalize your body and clean it up. So it doesn't taste that good, but it is healthy. By Nick Mendez. How can I improve my mind-muscle connection with dumbbell pullovers for chest? I have above average mind-muscle connection with every exercise except for this one. I barely feel it in my chest. Any tips? Well, there's a few tips that I can give you. First of all, if you have trouble with the dumbbells, it is easier to try it with a rope. So you just stand up, have a rope right here, and this is the movement that you will be doing, the pull down. But try to pull the rope as close to your body as you can, because right now the chest is hard. You can literally contract it if you hold the rope right here, and then when you do this, you keep the contraction, here you feel the stretch, and you go back and contract once again. And that way you build up the mind-muscle connection throughout a movement like this where your arms are fixed. It's the exact same movement as the dumbbell pullover. The only difference is that the tension at the range of motion is different. So what you should do to really feel it during the dumbbell pullover is that you have to do it as the last exercise. When your chest is pumped up, the mind-muscle connection is much easier because you really, literally, without doing anything, you feel your chest there. You feel it hanging right there if you get a good pump. At least that's what I feel. So when you then do an exercise, you immediately are able to target this feeling right here. You're able to connect with it a lot easier. And that's what you should do. And it really is a matter of practicing because your arms are fixed, as I mentioned, so you cannot really press anything. But with flies, it's the same thing. But you're able to move your arms. Here, your arms are fixed, and the only thing moving is your shoulder joint right here. And it's really a matter of mind-muscle connection, but I'm positive that you can achieve it. Alright, by ZZZXXZZZ. I mean ZZZXZZZ. I bought omega-3s in egg yolk. I thought omega-3s in egg yolk was good for you. What do you do with the yolks? There are different kind of eggs. There are chickens who they feed on omega-3 source so that the eggs they lay are filled, the fatty acids in there are filled with more omega-3s. In regular eggs, however, this does not happen. Then you just have the egg yolk. However, the egg yolk is healthy. A lot of people think that all the protein is in the egg whites. That is not true. in the egg yolk there is a lot of protein as well, more than you think. And in combination with certain micronutrients such as minerals and even vitamin D, which a lot of people are deficient of. But it is important to at least have a few egg yolks when you're making an omelette. I personally make a big omelette of 12 eggs, and because I'm on a specific lean bulking diet right now, there's 2 egg yolks in there at least, so that I at least fill the amino acid profile with the amino acids in those egg yolks to complement the amino acids in the egg whites. And that's my opinion about it. Next question by Baji Kuzami. Can you please make a video on cutting? I know you said in one of your videos to go 250 calories below maintenance to not lose so much muscles, but what would be the macros? Will you keep protein at 1 grams per pound or increase it? How long should I keep the workouts for? I read a lot about 45 to 60 minutes to not increase cortisol levels. What are your thoughts about that? Well, the only thing you have to worry about when you're doing a long workout is protein breakdown, and cortisol levels. They always play a role, but you cannot really do much to prevent it, and you don't want to shorten your training sessions just because you think your cortisol levels will build up, because they build up linearly, not exponentially. So it's not like that during the last 10 minutes you build up more than during the first 10 minutes. But at the same time, what you want to do to keep your body from wanting to break down this muscle tissue, and only do this when you're in a depleted state and when you're deep in the cutting stage, is use BCAAs during workout, especially something that has leucine, isoleucine and valine in there, especially leucine because that triggers muscle protein synthesis, and that tells your body, hey, don't break down muscle, we've got the amino acid to actually build muscle. So don't worry about losing muscle this way during workouts. And you should go 250 calories below maintenance to prevent losing muscles, because going too deep will actually tell your body, hey, there's not enough food in general, we gotta have energy from somewhere, and it's from fat, but also possibly from muscle protein, and you don't want that. So that's why you shouldn't go too low. And the macros, well, in terms of protein, what you asked for, you start out with 1 gram per pound, but sometimes during cutting you can go to 1.1 gram per pound, because the higher the protein content, the less chance of muscle protein breakdown, and the thermogenic effect is heightened if you have a high protein intake, and that will aid you in your cutting process. Next question by Lon Fisk. I follow your workouts, including the supersets for the arms, but I never seem to get sore. I can definitely feel it the next day, but never really sore. Is this normal, or am I not pushing myself hard enough? Well, don't worry about it. It is very difficult for me, for example, to get muscle ache in the biceps. And I would say they're not that small. I mean, they're still growing. So muscle ache is really not correlated directly to muscle gain. You don't want to really go for the muscle ache the next day, because usually it actually means that your body was unable to get rid of the toxins that were built up during the workout, and that's why you feel the pain, to tell your body basically from, hey, stop using this muscle because we still have the toxins in here, we got to get rid of those. So your body sends a signal to you telling you to stop using that muscle, because the more you use it, the more toxins will be built up. What can help you prevent muscle ache if you have too much muscle ache is stretching and eating right, and cardio too, for the blood flow to get rid of the toxins faster. But especially the food, especially enough vegetables, enough fruits, enough micronutrients to really aid your liver, your kidneys, your entire system in order to get rid of those toxins, as well as enough fibers, because fibers in the intestines pool with it the toxins from the food and from certain reactions in your intestine, and will pull it down and get out of your body, if you know what I mean. By Marco. Why does Wesley and Kane always wear a sweater at the beginning of the workout? Is it simply because it's cold in Holland at this time of year? When I take my pre-workout, I start sweating almost immediately, and I already sweat a lot as it is. Well, the reason why we wear sweaters, at least why I wear sweaters, is because I love the pump. The warmer your body is, the more it will expand the veins, the more it will expand the muscles in order to lose heat. So when you're really pumping up your muscles and you're wearing a sweater or a vest, you will be warmer, and that way your pump will be greater, or at least be achieved faster, because that's the feeling I'm going for with each workout. I do notice that when I don't wear a sweater and it's not really warm outside, it takes quite a long time to achieve the optimal pump. A lot of you guys know what the regular pump looks like and feels like, but you really want to go for the ultimate pump, the skin bursting pumps. And that way you can use techniques such as wearing a sweater, taking arginine, citrulline, stuff like that, enough carbohydrates, enough water to really fill up the muscles with as much blood as possible. So that's really my plan, my reasoning. But in the summer, when it's really warm, I don't wear a sweater right away because it's already warm enough. And I do sweat quite fast myself as well, so the moment that I start sweating too much, I of course take it off. Anyway guys, that was the video of today. A lot more videos are coming. I want to thank you for watching. I would appreciate if you like the video, and don't forget to stay golden.